this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
On the Serving Pancakes podcast, conversations about volleyball go beyond the court.
Today we have a little best friend compatibility test.
Okay, and how long have we been best friends?
Since the day we met.
As the League One volleyball season heads towards its final stretch, there's no better time to tune in. You'll hear unfiltered analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and conversations with leaders making an impact across the sport. Whether you're following the final push of Love's season or just love the game, Serving Pancakes brings you closer to the action and the people shaping the future of volleyball. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Serving Pancakes, and listen now.
Presented by Capital One, founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports.
On paper, the three hosts of the Nick, Dick, and Pole show are geniuses. We can explain how AI works, data centers, but there are certain things that we don't necessarily understand.
Better version of play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yes,
yeah.
which by the way, wasn't Taylor Swift who said that for the first time. I thought it was. I got that wrong.
But hey, no one's perfect. We're pretty close, though. Listen to the Nick, Dick, and Pole show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Then she says, have you seen a photo of my son? And I'm like, who is this person?
Welcome to the Boys and Girls Podcast. Arranged marriage is basically a reality show, and you're auditioning for your soulmate. And who's judging? Only your entire family? I sacrificed myself to this ancient tradition, hoping to find love the right way. And instead, I found chaos, comedy, and a lot of cringe. Listen to Boys and Girls on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia, and I'm kicking off a brand new season of my podcast, Math and Magic, Stories from the Frontiers of Marketing. Math and Magic takes you behind the scenes of the biggest businesses and industries while sharing insights from the smartest minds in marketing. Coming up this season on Math and Magic, CEO of Liquid Death, Mike Cesario.
People think that creative ideas are like these light bulb moments that happen when you're in the shower, where it's really like a stone sculpture. You're constantly just chipping away and refining.
Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick and our own Chief Business Officer, Lisa Coffey. Listen to Math and Magic on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast.
Hit that intro, go! Laugh with me when the rent's past due and the car won't start. Laugh with me when the only sponsor is my broken heart. We're hanging on this janky stream, two weird voices in the glow of a screen. If the world won't sing, then let it laugh with me.
You to the Pepper Spray Singers for that banger of an intro. Welcome back. It's a brand new episode. This is Laugh With Me, a podcast with Jeremy Odem, and I'm your host.
Welcome back, I'm Jeremy, and this is Laugh With Me. We got Johnny on the knob. Say hi, Johnny.
No, perfect.
We roast our fears in real time, tell the truth and twist the line. Take this shame, make it shine, turn the wounds into punchlines. Week 1, 3 downloads, all their phones. Jeremy texts his mom the link. She says she'll get to it soon. Week 3, someone writes from Omaha. I listened on my night shift, haven't smiled since dad moved out. Week 6, they recorded blankets, neighbors banging on the ceiling. Johnny whispers, keep laughing louder. Laugh with me.
Hey, it's J.O. Thank you so much for all the positive feedback from our most recent episode, The Ballad of Stephen. And those of you who are wondering, yeah, that's my real boss. Yeah? What a fool. What a fool. Today we got something a little more serious to discuss. Something that hopefully you guys have been all over. I don't know what your opinion on is it. That's the thing. There's so many different opinions on this, and with good reason. Thus my point. Did we really do it? Did we really go to the moon? That's where we're at today. We're going to talk about whether or not, NASA actually went to the moon or not. It just, to me, it's a different situation. Because apparently, this latest moon mission, all they did was just fly around the moon and then come back. We didn't land on the moon. We didn't actually step foot on the moon. To me, that does not count. You did not go to the moon. Now, you did go near the moon. Johnny, I'll give them that. NASA did go near the moon, and I'm giving all the credit in the world to those astronauts. They went further into space, further away from Earth than any astronaut ever has. Any human being has ever made it. Ever. So all due respect to them. You know what, Johnny, let's give them some applause here. What they did was record-breaking, dangerous, and a successful mission in all accounts on what they were trying to achieve. But did they go to the moon? No. No, you didn't go to the moon. It's like telling people, yeah, I went to Dave & Buster's this weekend. And then they're like, oh, yeah, did you play some skee ball? Because they know I'm the king of skee ball in the state of Nebraska. And then you go, nah, I just drove past it. I looked at the sign and I went home. I mean, you didn't go to Dave & Buster's then. You committed a drive-by, basically, is what you did. And that's what this moon mission was. It was a lunar drive-by. I mean, NASA's acting all excited. And then, again, they should be excited. They went further into space than any human being ever has. And they're saying, we sent astronauts to the moon in 2026. But you didn't. You sent them to the moon's neighborhood. Like, they were around. I would compare it to, like, space DoorDash. Like, they pulled up to the moon, they looked at the house number, and they were like, I can't find the address. And then they went back to Earth with their tacos. I mean, that's literally what this was. You know, if I drive to Chicago, circle the parking lot around Wrigley Field, and then drive home, I cannot spend 10 years telling people I've been to a Cubs game. No. I sat in traffic and got angry. I mean, that's the reality of it. Not the same thing at all. And honestly, if all you have to do is fly around the moon for it to count, then I've been to several places. I've been to New Mexico because I saw it from an airplane. I've been to Dallas because I had a layover there once. I've been to jail. I drove by once and slowed down because I thought there might be like a Dairy Queen nearby. God, I love a blizzard. But it just doesn't count. The moon's not a drive-through. You don't get credit just for seeing it. You got to actually land, get out, leave some footprints. At minimum, somebody has to walk up there and complain. It's just where we are in society. That's how you know you've really been somewhere. You got to land on the moon, and immediately one astronaut says, well, this is nice, but there's just really nowhere to park. And then another one's like, well, there is parking meters, and why is it $20 all day parking? At that point, it would count. At that point, you have been on the moon. Which brings up another question. Have we ever really landed on the moon? Because every time I hear about the moon, the story gets a little weirder. Supposedly, we landed on the moon in 1969. And I don't know if I'm on the record of saying we did or we didn't. I honestly, I'd love to put more research into this because this most recent trip to the moon, to me, really calls into question everything that happened in 1969. I mean, did we land there and then for the next 50 years act like it was really no big deal? A little suspicious to me, especially in a world where we like to take credit for everything. You're telling me America put a man on the moon in 1969 with a computer weaker than a microwave, and we were all just like, cool. Anyway, back to smoking in restaurants. I mean, is that what we're doing here? Thank you, Johnny. We landed on the moon with less technology than currently exists in a gas station air fryer. And that's fact. Meanwhile, today, my phone can recognize my face, translate Spanish, order a pizza. But if there's one cloud in the sky, my GPS is like, I'm sorry, you live in the ocean now. You ever notice how confident people are about the moon landing? Like, oh yeah, of course we landed. Like, they will fight to the death about it. It's like, really? You can't even connect your printer to the Wi-Fi. No, seriously, try doing it. But suddenly you're an expert on lunar travel. I don't know if we landed or not. Again, a lot more needs to be explained, in my opinion, for me to be able to say, yeah, we did or yeah, we didn't. All I know is I grew up being taught that in 1969 we landed on the moon. But where are the moon souvenirs? If Americans really went to the moon, somebody would have stolen something. There'd be a guy in Ohio with a moon rock sitting in his garage next to an old lawnmower, and you just know that's true. Like, yeah, that's from the moon, man. Don't lean on it. The dog peed on it once. There'd be a moon gift shop. You know we'd be trying to capitalize on this. You know, the Apollo 11 Visitor Center, T-shirts, snow globes, tiny astronaut magnets. You'd have beanie babies of astronauts. A $42 bottle of water, because every tourist attraction does that now. You got to have their own bottle of water. And all it is your regular old bottle of water with a label, with a personalized label. If we ever do land again, the first thing Americans do on the moon is not going to be science. No. Everybody says, oh, we'll study the surface, we'll conduct experiments. No. The first thing somebody does on the moon is take a selfie immediately. The first words on the moon in 28 are not going to be one small step for mankind. No, it's going to be, hold on, I need to do this dance for TikTok. And you know that's true. That's going to be the most important thing that happens. I mean, look at it. This set of astronauts were the first ones to do 6-7 in space. They made a point to 6-7 in space. So you know we got to get them the viral TikTok dances going on the moon. Then somebody's going to be up there trying to get a signal. Can you hear me now? No, Karen, you're 238,000 miles away. Verizon doesn't even work in my basement. Somebody will try to open a restaurant. You know that's going to be a thing. Once we land on the moon, we're going to have to start to capitalize on this. Humans cannot discover anything without immediately putting like a Chili's next to it, right? Within 6 months after that, there's going to be a Buffalo Wild Wings on the moon. Come watch the big game at Buffalo Wild Wings, Lunar Crater 3. But you know they're still going to, labor's going to be tough. They're still going to have the one waitress trying to do everything. Sorry, folks, we're short-staffed. It's just me and one astronaut back there making mozzarella sticks. Not going to get a good tip. If there's restaurants, then eventually there's going to be sports. That's the real question. Who's going to be the first sports league to have a game on the moon? I think it could be golf, because golf already looks like a sport astronauts invented. And golfers would love the moon. Today's course, 900 miles long, and somehow still has a dress code. Imagine the Masters on the moon. A guy hits the ball. We don't see it again for like 3 days. The announcers are still whispering for some reason. It's a beautiful shot by Rory. The ball appears to be entering another time zone. Basketball would be incredible. One dunk and the guy never comes down. You'd foul somebody and he'd just float away slowly like a disappointed balloon. The NBA would surely have to change all the rules for moon. Traveling? Technically, yes. He traveled 14 miles. Baseball on the moon could be chaos. I'd like to see a home run derby up there, maybe. Every home run would probably leave the moon entirely. Like, ladies and gentlemen, that ball is now approaching Saturn. Football would be pretty dangerous. And I do think football might be the first one. I mean, they are pretty aggressive in playing their game everywhere. But one tackle in low gravity and both players will end up in orbit. So they have to figure that one out. Like, penalty on the defense, unnecessary roughness. Also, we lost 2 linebackers. Hockey would probably still work the same way. Canadians have been preparing for that their whole lives. That's the most important science in Canada is how do we play hockey on the moon? You know that's a top-notch priority in Canada. But honestly, when we really think about it, the first sport on the moon is probably going to end up being pickleball, just because pickleball's everywhere. You're just going to wake up one day and there's a bunch of retired people in space helmets arguing over if the ball was out of the line. Jackie, we're on the moon. There is no line. This episode of Laugh With Me, the podcast with Jeremy Odem, is brought to you by Moon Pies. Moon Pies, for when you want to experience the moon without actually going there. Because apparently these days, just flying near the moon counts as going to the moon. That's like me driving past the grocery store and telling everybody, yeah, I bought produce. No, you didn't, Jeremy. You looked at Kroger from a stoplight. But moon pies actually deliver. You open the package, you hold it in your hand, you can eat it. That counts. Moon pies have everything people love about the moon. The round shape, the weird texture. Nobody's totally sure what's inside of it. But unlike the actual moon pies are available at most gas stations for under $2. Try doing that with NASA. Hi, yes, I'd like one trip to the moon, please. Well, that'll be $4.2 billion. No, thanks. I'll just get a banana moon pie and a Dr. Pepper. Moon pies are perfect for every occasion. Road trips, lunch breaks, family reunions, pretending you're an astronaut while sitting in your car outside of Dave & Buster's, and now including the new moon pie slogan, Moon Pie, because at least we actually landed. Moon pies, available wherever poor decisions and fountain drinks are sold.
On the Serving Pancakes podcast, conversations about volleyball go beyond the court.
Today we have a little best friend compatibility test.
Okay, and how long have we been best friends for?
Since the day we met.
As the League One volleyball season heads towards its final stretch, there's no better time to tune in. We really are like yin and yang, vodka and tequila. You'll hear unfiltered analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and conversations with leaders making an impact across the sport. Today we have Logan Lednicki.
I feel like our fan base in general is very connected. Just like a comforting feeling getting to play at home.
Whether you're following the final push of Love's season or just love the game, Serving Pancakes brings you closer to the action and the people shaping the future of volleyball. Jordan Thompson had that microphone on.
God forbid we make a mistake or cuss at our coach like one time or two times.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Serving Pancakes, and listen now. This has been Serving Pancakes, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Okay.
Presented by Capital One, founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports.
This is Amy Robach alongside TJ Holmes from the Amy and TJ podcast.
And there is so much news, information, commentary coming at you all day and from all over the place.
What's fact, what's fake, and sometimes what the F?
So let's cut the crap, okay? Follow the Amy and TJ podcast, a one-stop news and pop culture shop to get you caught up and on with your day.
And listen to Amy and TJ on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
When you listen to podcasts about AI and tech and the future of humanity, the hosts always act like they know what they're talking about and they are experts at everything. Here at the Nick, Dick, and Pole Show, we're not afraid to make mistakes. What Kugler did that I think was so unique.
Who's he?
He's the writer-director.
Who do you think he is?
I don't know.
You meet the president?
You think the president? You think Canada has a president? You think China has a president? Those law crews that. God, I love that thing. I use it all the time.
What color?
I wrap it in a blanket and sing to it at night.
It's like the old Polish saying, "Not my monkeys, not my circus."
Yep.
It was a good one. I like that saying.
It is an actual Polish saying.
Yeah.
By the way.
It is an actual Polish saying.
Better version of play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, wasn't Taylor Swift who said that for the first time. I thought it was. I got that wrong.
Listen to the Nick, Dick, and Pole Show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, earners, what's up? Look, money is something we all deal with, but financial literacy is what helps turn income into real wealth. On each episode of the podcast, Earn Your Leisure, we break down the conversations you need to understand money, investing, and entrepreneurship. From stocks and real estate to credit, business, and generational wealth, we translate complex financial topics into real conversations everyone can understand. Because the truth is, most people were never taught how money really works. But once you understand the system, you can start to build within it. That means ownership, smarter investing, and creating opportunities not just for yourself, but for the next generation. If you want to learn how to build wealth, understand the markets, and think like an owner, Earn Your Leisure is the podcast for you. Listen to Earn Your Leisure on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Now, eventually, when we get to the moon more frequently. We're going to have people living there. I know that's the goal, is to have a whole community up there. That's when things are going to get real weird. When you got to apply for a job on the moon, can you imagine a moon job interview? So tell us a little about yourself. Well, I have 5 years of retail experience and I can survive in an oxygen bubble. Great. Can you work weekends? No. Perfect. You're hired. Nobody on the moon wants to work weekends. Sounds like Earth. There'll be normal jobs too. Moon Starbucks, Moon Walmart, Moon DMV. Can you imagine the Moon DMV? You already wait 3 hours on Earth. Now imagine waiting 3 hours in a space helmet while a lady named Denise tells you you're in the wrong line. Sir, you need Form 47B to operate a lunar golf cart? Like, where do I get that? Building 9. Well, where's Building 9? Across the crater. No, thank you. I'm just going to be walking everywhere. The moon apartment process will be just impossible. Landlords are evil here on Earth. It doesn't matter what planet you're on. Apartment available, 1 bedroom. Great view of Earth. $4,800 a month. Utilities included? No. What utilities? How about oxygen? You got to include oxygen, $4,800 a month. There'll be moon realtors. This charming lunar studio has lots of natural light. No, it doesn't. Literally in space. This unit features an open floor plan. Yeah, it's because there's no walls. We're on the moon. You'll just be renting a tent in a crater. Then they'll hit you with the moon apartment requirements. First month's rent, last month's rent, security deposit, and the proof that you can survive a meteor strike. The apartment application will ask impossible questions. Like, do you have references? Like, who could possibly give a reference for me on the moon? Neil Armstrong? Have you ever been evicted from another celestial body? I'm barely approved for Earth, frankly. And you know there's going to be that one guy who's lived on the moon for like 6 months and suddenly he's just superior to everybody. Oh, you still live on Earth? Yeah, Brent, because I enjoy things like oxygen, not exploding. The moon people are going to be insufferable. I mean, I can just see it now. They'll come back from holidays acting all fancy. Oh, you've never had moon coffee? The gravity changes the flavor. No, it doesn't, Chad. It's literally Folgers. You paid $19 for it because it comes in a silver pouch. It's America, baby. And eventually, just like everywhere else, the moon's going to have its own Facebook neighborhood page. Did anybody else hear a loud noise near Crater 7? Yeah, Sharon, that was a meteor. Also, if anybody has my casserole dish, please return it. Those moon HOA meetings, though. Your rover's been parked in front of the habitat for too long. Oh, I'm sorry, Sally. I was just trying not to die. Oh, so your satellite dish is the wrong color. You know what? Forget it. I'd just rather move in Earth. I'd just rather live on Earth. That's life on the moon, baby. That is life on the moon. But at the end of the day, did we go to the moon? Did this latest NASA moon trip take us to the moon? Or did they just do the old drive-by, fly around, say they did it, and go home? I don't think it counts. This was not a moon trip. This was more like moon flirting. This only counts now when somebody lands, opens a Buffalo Wild Wings, and gets denied for a moon apartment. That's about it. If you can hit a softball and let it fly off into space, then we can talk. When is NASA going to get real about this stuff? I mean, at this point, Katy Perry got closer to the moon than I think these astronauts did. I love how in 25, it was about Katy Perry going to the Earth's atmosphere, or right on the brink of space, right? Just as where gravity held no more. That was a big deal. And it is. Just like these astronauts in 26, doing the drive-by around the moon is a big deal. But at the end of the day, guys, we didn't land on the moon. Johnny, should we call this a Laugh With Me Reports? Or are we just banging out a new Laugh With Me? That's I don't know that we reported. We did mock a little bit. Sorry, NASA. Again, all credit to these astronauts for what was a very dangerous trip. And it sounded like they had lots of obstacles. Like the toilets didn't work at one point. To me, that was the scariest part of this whole thing. I mean, forget the potential for exploding. The fact that you couldn't even use the toilet for a bit. Oh, I can't even imagine. Did they let people with Crohn's up in space? That would have been scary. And then if it just got to the point where you had an accident in your spacesuit, I mean, can you imagine that floating up into your helmet? Jesus. What are we even talking about, Johnny? You can't let me rant like this. Oh, you just can't let me rant like this. They're gonna send me to the moon. Thanks for listening.
On the Serving Pancakes podcast, conversations about volleyball go beyond the court.
Today we have a little best friend compatibility test.
Okay, and how long have we been best friends?
Since the day we met.
As the League One volleyball season heads towards its final stretch, there's no better time to tune in. You'll hear unfiltered analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and conversations with leaders making an impact across the sport. Whether you're following the final push of Love's season or just love the game, Serving Pancakes brings you closer to the action and the people shaping the future of volleyball. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Serving Pancakes, and listen now.
Presented by Capital One, founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports.
On paper, the three hosts of the Nick, Dick, and Pole show are geniuses. We can explain how AI works, data centers, but there are certain things that we don't necessarily understand.
Better version of play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, wasn't Taylor Swift who said that for the first time. I thought it was. I got that wrong.
But hey, no one's perfect. We're pretty close, though. Listen to the Nick, Dick, and Pole show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Then she says, have you seen a photo of my son? And I'm like, who is this person?
Welcome to the Boys and Girls Podcast. Arranged marriage is basically a reality show, and you're auditioning for your soulmate. And who's judging? Only your entire family. I sacrificed myself to this ancient tradition, hoping to find love the right way. And instead, I found chaos, comedy, and a lot of cringe. Listen to Boys and Girls on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia, and I'm kicking off a brand new season of my podcast, Math and Magic, Stories from the Frontiers of Marketing. Math and Magic takes you behind the scenes of the biggest businesses and industries while sharing insights from the smartest minds in marketing. Coming up this season on Math and Magic, CEO of Liquid Death, Mike Cesario.
People think that creative ideas are like these light bulb moments that happen when you're in the shower, where it's really like a stone sculpture. You're constantly just chipping away and refining.
Take Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick and our own Chief Business Officer Lisa Coffey. Listen to Math and Magic on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast.